Bruh. Oh my goodness. So when it comes to reparations, one of the common talking points that is invalid, by the way, is that, you were never a slave and I was never a slave owner. And the whole point is that, of course not. No one's stating that you were a slave owner or saying that I was a slave. What we're talking about is the ramifications of those racist actions, of those racist laws and regulations, how they have impacted as far as generations to come until present day. When it comes to 40 acres and a mule and how that was never given to black people, to the slaves at the time, or to the descendants of slavery, that we were just simply left, to our own devices, that they reimburse the slave owners, right? They reimbursed the plantation owners, but left the slaves to just wither away because they never expected us to survive. I hope people understand this. They expected us to die off. We now have actual survivors of the Tulsa Massacre. We have actual survivors of that horrific incident. And what has happened is that they filed a suit, right? They filed a suit against, I think, the Army, Oklahoma National Guard, and they filed a suit against these people under as far as a public nuisance. This lawsuit was similar, from my understanding, to the lawsuit that was filed against Johnson & Johnson. And what has happened is that the Oklahoma Supreme Court has dismissed their lawsuit. They dismissed it. And I was looking into as far as based off of what? What were the arguments being formed, in court? What were they saying? And you had some of the attorneys trying to say that, hey, that just because you happen to take place in a historical event doesn't, give you unlimited rights to, to sue, I guess, people or anyone attached to that historic event, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. They're not just suing anyone who was, tied to the massacre. They're suing people who are directly had an impact on the massacre, who either influenced it or allowed it to happen. Then you have them talking about, well, the agencies involved, they have sovereign immunity. And bruh, I don't know what to tell you. And when you look at the Supreme Court of Oklahoma and you see who's on the bench, it goes to show you that nothing's really changed. That the same wicked, evil lineage of evil is still present. It's still present and alive. Whether it's the Supreme Court of the United States or you have, Oklahoma Supreme Court. That's what they've done. And that's what they've done year after year after year, generation after generation, is codified their wickedness. And this really goes to show that when it comes to reparations, it has nothing to do with you being a descendant. It has nothing to do with them being slaves or who is a slave owner. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with, the crux of all of this, is simply anti-black hatred. That's what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. Once you get past all their, ludicrous questions, right? Because they try to gish gab. That's all they try to do, is try to ask this question, to stall you from the point of the matter, which is just say you don't like black people. And that's fine. But they know that's not really a legal standing. You just can't say, I don't like black people. So they go about, in a myriad of deceptive practices under, the guise of legality and what's right and what's fair. And well, this is what has precedence and everything. And you have to understand, they have managed to use the system, right? The system that we know has been created and has its origins in anti-black racism. They have managed to keep that alive. And they have managed to deny actual victims, people who were there at the time of the massacre, deny them their reparations. I want you to think about that. Their reparations. That's like an actual slave going to say, hey, where's my 40 acres and a mule? And they're saying, not going to happen. Please understand that all their talking points, everything they say it's hollow. It means nothing. All it is a masquerade for their anti-black beliefs, for their anti-black sentiments, for their racism. That's what it is. And it's truly a travesty, because you have to think about it. Well, they won't even give the people who were involved in the Tulsa Massacre, they won't even give them reparations. And then how on God's green earth is a descendant of chattel slavery, how are we going to get ours? Because it's getting to the point where you're putting black people in a corner. That's what you're doing. And when you put someone in a corner, they have no other option except to defend themselves. And I don't think that's what this country wants, because they haven't seen it. They have yet to see anything remotely to black people actually defending themselves against this racist system, against the powers that be, against those who try to oppress and subjugate us. They haven't seen it. We've always been get along to get along. We've always been, oh, okay, all right. We've always been about the respectability politics. But now that you've actually shown your hand that you don't care who it is, that simply because they're black is not going to happen because I say so. As long as I sit at this throne, it's not going to happen. Well, what you relayed to us is that there needs to be someone else sitting at the throne. That's what you've relayed to us. So I would just keep that in mind, how you're communicating with us. Because how you've communicated in the past is that the only thing you understand is violence. That's not me saying it. That's our history. That's the history of this country. That's the history of how we got our Constitution and many of the laws that protect us ostensibly. That's what they're communicating. So I don't know if that's how you want to communicate, right? I don't think that's how you want to communicate. I would hope not. I would hope that your racism wouldn't catapult you into destroying the country. That's what I would hope. But, as I'm seeing day after day after day, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems that these people are so evil and so wicked, as scripture says, that they come here to kill, steal, and destroy, that they are willing to absolutely destroy the country, 100%. Destroy the country before black people get any type of justice, before black people get any form of reparations. That's what they're willing to do. And if that's the case, then so be it. Let it fall. So be it. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, look, you don't deserve reparations. They don't deserve reparations. Nobody deserves reparations. Or if you believe, well, a system that is upheld by wickedness will eventually crumble. Will eventually crumble. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will eventually crumble. And it will be your demise. So just keep that in mind as you keep on promoting this wickedness, as you keep on promoting this evil, racist behavior. Just keep that in mind if you care. Anyways, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Friday through Sunday, you can call in, you can talk it out and disagree. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think about this case, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. That's what you've relayed to us.